Greetings from the library cave. I am Aspen Dracaena, your friendly neighborhood Ice Dragon Bookwyrm VTuber. I am so sorry about the delay. There was some kind of huge download that needs to be done for Final Fantasy XIV. And I'm also this has been kind of a week for me health-wise. I actually made sure to rest today. I absolutely forced myself to rest today. I just couldn't. I've been so tired. I've had some issues sleeping. But I slept like a log last night. And so I made myself stay in bed today like I was sick, and I binge watched some movies on Netflix from my list, which always seems to grow, never seems to go away. So yeah, I just kind of chilled out today. But some housekeeping, yes, before we start. If you did not make it to Panda's stream yesterday for his birthday stream to make a donation to the Trevor Project, his link is still active, so I put his link in the pinned post just in case you might be somebody who might still be interested in donating on his behalf. His goal was $250, and I think it's at $182 now, is what I saw. But yeah, if anybody would like to donate, you are welcome to go ahead and donate. I'm not keeping track of anything, so whether there are donations or not during my stream, I'm not gonna know. But hi Ocha, how you doing? So that's the first thing. So please, if you have not had a chance to donate and would like to donate, the Trevor Project is an amazing organization. And it would be nice to be able to give them a little bit of support. The second thing, I have big news. A couple months ago, I applied to the Twitch Creator Club for VTubers, and I got an email yesterday inviting me to join. So I'm really excited about that. I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know what I'm going to get out of it. Hopefully it'll be a nice way to network a little more with other VTubers and maybe learn a little bit more about some of the behind the scenes of Twitch so that I'm a little more aware of what's going on. And I'm hoping it'll be a really kind of a nice thing. And that it can help us support a nice, positive VTuber community on Twitch. So that's the second piece of news. I'm really excited. There's I have to have my account verified by them or something. Anyway, if my model does look a little squinty-eyed today, it's because I have to wear my computer glasses. My eyes are still a little bit tired from my 2 hours of poking and prodding them yesterday morning for my eye appointment. I still can't believe my eye appointment was that long. I mean, come on, people. Usually eye appointments, they're about an hour. That was 2 hours. I was late for work. I was so embarrassed. Anyway. Yeah. That is done. It is over with. All I really got was confirmation of what I already knew, which is that I have some floaters. Which is just swell. All right, let's continue. I think last time the story got really interesting, and it looks like we're on the verge of level 56. So let's see what happens today. I feel like it's been so long. Alright. Cyan Dracaena, your deeds this day are an inspiration to us all. With the death of the Prefectus, Operation Archon has entered its second phase. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom moves to blockade Castrum Occidens and Castrum Marinum. Oh, hang on just a sec. I wanted to turn on my humidifier because my throat is already feeling sore. And I barely said a thing! And far to the east in the Black Shroud, the Order of the Twin Adder advances upon Castrum Oriens. Already you have done much to advance our cause, performing such feats as are worthy of song. Oh, but if our plan is to succeed, more is required of you. Let me know when your preparations are in order, and I shall relay to you the particulars of your next mission. Why are these two practicing saluting? I'm quite confused. Okay, let's see. What can we get? A woolen cowl. Okay, fine. Cool. Yeah, it's hard to do voices during a stream, but like it's part of the fun too. So I don't know. I'll try to take it a bit easy tonight. The Allied Communications Officer has a task that can only be performed by a hero of the Alliance. Phase 2 of the operation is presently in motion. Our brothers and sisters of the Maelstrom are holding their own against Garlean forces upon Vilbrand and the Rotano Sea. Ere long, the third phase will begin and you must take to the field once more. The immortal flames shall strike at Castrum Meridianum by way of a diversionary maneuver. While the Garleans are thus locked in battle, you are to infiltrate the stronghold and bring down the Magitech field that surrounds the Praetorium. The staging point for the mission lies in the shadow of Castrum Meridianum in northern Thanalan, and that is where you must go. On your way there, however, I would ask that you make a brief stop at Camp Blue Fog, one of our key outposts in the area. The garrison, I am told, is in low spirits, and it would do our troops well to see the hero of Cape Westwind appear before them. For the good of our cause, please stoke the fire in their hearts. Sounds good. Alright, where is Camp Blue Frog? Let's see. Okay. Okay. We can just go there. Nice. Yeah, I definitely have plenty of... I have gamer sups, and I have water. So I should be okay. Alright, so, okay, there we go. There is our task. Whoa. Greetings, Flame Sergeant. Ah, Private Dracaena. Yours is a most welcome presence here at Camp Blue Fog. I find myself wanting to say Blue Frog. Logistically speaking, we are ready to march on Castrum Meridianum at a moment's notice. Alas, while our troops are here in body, their minds are anywhere but. The garrison's mood is dark. So daunting is the prospect of joining what may prove to be the bloodiest battle in history. But with a hero such as you walking among them, we may yet rekindle the dwindling embers within their souls. Nice. Okay. Alright, so Flame Sergeant. Oh, we get earrings out of this somehow. Dark light earrings offending, maiming, or striking. Okay. Private Dracaena. I mentioned that I was hoping you might raise the flagging spirits of the men and women in our garrison. Worry not. It is no unnecessarily laborious task that we ask of you. The mere presence of a hero such as you walking in their midst would no doubt serve to restore in them a measure of morale. And so I ask of you this. Make your way to the cerulean processing plant and report to General Raban once you've arrived. And Godspeed, Private Dracaena. Our troops are counting on you. Okay, where is Raban? Raban is over where? Ah, here. Near the cerulean processing plant. I may not be able to roll my R's, but I certainly can do with my lips. Okay. Where are we? That way. Ah, there's Raban. Raban! Whee. Oh my, this is busy. This is important. They all look very serious. Well, if it isn't the hero who brought down the Perfectus, it's good to have you with us, friend. As you can see, the mood about the camp here is grim at best. I was hoping that your presence alone might serve to raise spirits some. Unfortunately, it would seem that many are too preoccupied wallowing in fear and self-pity that they have yet to even notice you have arrived. Might I ask you to make the rounds and share a few words of encouragement to those men and women whose spirit falters? I had a mind to do it myself, but I am quite certain it would carry more weight coming from you. Once you have seen to the others, go and do the same for Edelstein. No matter what he may claim, the lieutenant would also be better for a bit of rousing. Trust me, I know. Okay, I guess our job is to be the morale officer. Alright, let's go out that way. Flame Private, first class. Don't be so down. Ah, the oft-rumored hero. Doubtless you will single-handedly save us all. Right, come on. Okay. Why? Is there something I'm supposed to give them? Oh, psych them up. Wait. General, is there something like encouraging? Psych. There we go. Your stirring gesticulation has reawakened me to my purpose. Hero or no, I will fight tooth and nail to protect the realm. Okay, I need to psych them up. So, let's see. Let me look at my... Nope. I need my emotes. Go away. So, can I add to favorites? There we go. Alright. So, our next one is over this way. It's funny, all I have to do is be a little bit silly, and then that's what works. Okay. Aw, little one. Little potato. Emotes. Psych. You can do it, friend! Yar! I break my fast on Garleans, and right now I'm very hungry. Nice. Okay. Well, this is the last one, so I don't need the map. You can do it! Garleans are not near as frightening as you. I'd sooner face a vanguard while naked as my name day. All right. Hey, we scared him. We didn't psych him up. We scared him, but that is okay. So go to Edelstein. Okay. Edelstein, wherever you are. Sorry, I was doing that one-handed. Okay. Edelstein. Hi. I'm gonna do the thing. I'm doing the thing! You can do it! By Ralger. Without my realizing it, the fire of my resolve had grown dim. But thanks to you, it burns red hot once more. If needs be, I shall lay down my life to secure victory for Erzea. I want blue. I guess. Here. Strength, critical hit, vitality. No, wait. Alright. Strength. Well, let's do that. Complete. Quest complete. But that reminds me, Private Dracaena. There is one other matter. Prior to launching our final offensive, we will be conducting a series of special training exercises centered on common combat maneuvers and their telltale markers. Ooh, that's a thing. I thought you might fancy a spot of warming up before we face off against the Garleans, so I've taken the liberty of applying for clearance on your behalf. Sure, I guess. Thanks for doing something I didn't ask for, but hey, you know. Hall of the Novice Training expanded. Okay. New exercises have been added to the Hall of the Novice. Okay. These solo challenges will teach you how to interpret the attack markers seen during combat. You may access them at any time, either by selecting Hall of the Novice from Duties section in the main menu, or by speaking with any of the smiths found in the Adventurers Guilds across Erzea, who have no right looking as handsome as they do. Just saying. Complete these exercises and arm yourself with the knowledge required to conquer the many challenges that await you on your journey. I am prepared for tactical training. Tactical training! Okay. Edelstein. Edelstein would send you forth to commence the penultimate phase of Operation Archon. You have rekindled the flames of courage that burn within our brave men and women's hearts, and for this, I thank you. Salut. And now the time for battle is nigh. We must march forth with no worries or regrets. General Raban awaits you at Castrum Meridianum. The battle will not be an easy one, but I trust that you are up to the task. Godspeed, Private Dracaena. Now I need to go say hi to Raban. In Ravan's push. How do I get there from here? I go that way. Okay. Can I go in here? I cannot. Can I go in here? No. I just want to go in places. Merchant and Mender. Okay. Is there a smitty? Ooh. Can I open that chest and get some goodies. Why is this guy doing sit-ups in bed? Or push-ups in bed? That is funny. Oh, how funny. And this one just looks dead to the world. Hey. Are you alive there, friend? I guess not. He may not be dead, but he may be dead drunk. No. No. Can I get in a building? Can I go up there? No, I can't go up the ladder. But it's a ladder. Ooh, what's this? It's sparkly. Okay. Interesting. Have I been here before? Because I think I have if I if I could go to the, Chocobo key, little friend there. Yeah, I must have been here before. I just don't recall. Am I not allowed over there? Oh, okay. I'm not authorized personnel. I'm a hero, but I'm not authorized. Very well. Can I do anything in here? Oh my gosh. Wait, where's his head? Oh, there it is. I thought his head was missing. Okay. So wait, I need to go this way. I need to speak with... Okay. Because Raban is that direction. Okay. Alright, let's go. Maybe I should be on my chocobo. What is that? Oh, it's a Magitech. And there's Ravan. Our hero returns. I trust that your visit has done much to lift the spirits of our garrison on the eve of our greatest battle yet. Time is of the essence. Let us commence the briefing at once. Cutscene. It's them. Oh god, I hope that this is voiced. It's not. Sometimes I just wish some things were voiced. Brothers and sisters of the Alliance, I will share with you glad tidings. Doubtless spurred on by the news of the siege of Castrum Oriens, the Maelstrom has struck a double blow. Castrum Occidens and Castrum Marinum are now under blockade. Hi, Panda. How's it going? Hopefully we'll get you some more donations tonight. Phase 2 of Operation Archon is a success. Reports tell us that the Garleans offered fierce resistance, but that the Admiral yielded them not one ilm. He's not happy. With Occidens, Marinum, and Oriens thus suppressed, the third phase may begin in earnest. Even as we speak, the Order of the Twin Adder moves to block the railway leading hither from Castrum Sentry, and that can mean but one thing. Je vais bien me fatiguer. Oui, je suis un peu fatigué aussi, mais still want to play a game. And that can mean but one thing. The hour is come to strike at the heart of the Garlean invasion force. Castrum Meridianum, the den of the Black Wolf. Oh, her voice. How do I do her voice again? My fellow Aerzeans, I am Minfilia, mistress of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. There exist myriad barriers that divide us, those of race and nation, language and creed, to name but a few. Such barriers serve to isolate us from our neighbors, yet they also serve to define who we are. Shorn of them, there would be little to distinguish one from another, and the rich variety of our lives would give way to sterile orthodoxy. These barriers can never truly be broken down, of course, not so long as there is liberty in the world, but they can be transcended. Verily, we do so now in coming together for this grand endeavor, to fight side by side in defense of our shared home. Okay. I'm gonna have to do my best Draco Malfoy voice. Before me stands the adventurer Aspen Dracaena. You all know her as the woman who will lead the unit tasked with destroying the Ultima weapon. We Scions know a different Aspen, however. We know her as a dear friend who has endured untold hardship on our behalf. A true hero who has ever blazed a path for us to follow. And why do I tell you this? I tell you, friends, because it is time for us to blaze a path for her. Our objective is to wreak such havoc outside the walls of Meridianum as to afford Aspen and her comrades the time they need to disable the Magitech field generator within. Sorry. I skipped that. Trigger finger. I fear I can't accompany you this time. The enviable task of facilitating communications between our forces has been entrusted to the Ironworks, you see. Know, though, that I will be praying for your safe return. Everything's happening. Okay, Minfilia. I think it would be Je voudrais jouer un jeu vidéo. Probably. Je voudrais jouer. I want to play a video game. Yep. See that you come back to us, my friend. May the crystal bless you and keep you. We will suffer the black wolf to prowl our lands no more. Let us teach the hunter what it is to be hunted. Forward, comrades, for Eorzea. Why are they voiced? Go now, Aspen, and bring us one step closer to the dawn. And then you have Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail. Castrum Meridianum now accessible. Wonderful. Oh dear. Is this a dungeon? Rock the castrum, rock the castrum. Okay. Lego. Let's see if we can find some other players. Castrum Meridiano. Let's play a game. Item level. Cool. Alright, let's see. I think there's something in here I can open. Use. No. Embossed Book of Electrum. Cool. And let me check my outfit. Recommended gear. Equip. Alrighty. Can I wear my earrings? Oh, I have Mithrite earrings of casting. Okay. Alright. Alright, what else can I do? I think I want to change my little minion. Minion guide. Alright, should I do the kitten, the puppy, the gobu, the gale kitten, the otter, the axolotl, or keep it at the wind-up ship? I feel like I want something that's not, you know, I want an animal. I don't usually use the axolotl a lot. Maybe I should use the axolotl this time. I'll just keep my little axolotl friend with me. My little axolotl friend. Do 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 do. Okay. All right. Oh, commence. Let's go. All right. See if I can remember everything. Okay. Ah! Shoot, sorry. Crud. Okay, one. I'm definitely rusty. come on. Come on, come on, come on.
Hello there.
Oh, hi Mac, how you doing? Okay, okay. 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 Ah! I can't see what I'm doing! Okay. Ah! Okay, this is a little wild here. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's keep going here. I feel like this is not the most exciting battle to watch. I could be wrong. I mean, there's not much I can do but spam. Okay. Disposal chute. Ugh. Wait. Jump in. Jump. Go in. Go in. Go in. Why can't I not go in? Shit. Why am I not going in? What? 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 Ugh! Why is it not letting me go in? Do I need to go in another way? What is... Jump? What? Am I stuck? Can I go another way? What the hell? Why am I not... Can I go... Alright. Disposal chute. What the heck? Oh my god, finally! Crap. Alright, where are my allies? Shit. Okay, there we go. Well, I totally suck at this. Okay. Well, they're not gonna get me that way. Alright, there they are. Catalina Alvarez. I think that's an awesome name. Ugh. Oh, we're almost there. Okay. Whoa. That took a while. More. Jeez Louise. Okay. I am so, like... Actually, everybody in this battle has really cool names. All right. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, that's Sid. Reinforcements. Great. No, no, leave me be. I'm just a humble magician. Okay. Nice. I think Monty Python and the Holy Grail turns 50 next month. Nice. Classic movie. Alright, what are you doing, Sid? Explodey! Okay. It's her. My lord has quite taken with you and the power you possess. The echo. Naturally, I could not help but wonder. Blah, 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 only to discover you're but another adventurer, no better than the multitude. Okay, fine. Yet, in spite of this, the masses hold you their champion and shower honors upon your head. It defies all reason. How is it that you could be such a thorn in our side? Whenever you appear, you wreak havoc in our wake. You even slew Ritalin. Ritalin! Whatever. Well, I do not speculate, truth be told. I couldn't care less how you have done these things. What matters to me is the fact that you have done them. If you are allowed to continue, you will eventually deprive me of all that I have toiled for, all that is mine by right. My minions, my comrades, even my Lord Gaius. You cannot have him. Okay. His dreams and his ambitions, his body and soul, they are mine, do you hear me? All mine! I lost everything once before. I will not suffer it to happen again. I will kill you, adventurer. Only your death can bring me peace. Sure. Fine then. She wants to fight? Ah yes, the holy hand grenade. Sure thing, Livia. Oh dear, we're all gonna... there? No. No. Ah! Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Livia. Let's see. I died. Right? Well, I tried. Ah, yes. Accept. Thank you. Alright. my god. This is insanely distracting and very difficult to follow. It's very intense. But she's kind of intense. No, it's happening all over again. Please, I cannot bear it. Don't take him away from me. My Lord Gaius. Okay, Livia. Maybe you shouldn't make your life about some guy. Maybe make your life about yourself. Another poor fool who craved Gaius' affection over all else. May her soul know rest. 'Tis a miracle no harm has come to you, my friend. One for which I will happily give thanks. And thanks for your fine diversionary work. You succeeded in bringing down the generator tower, and with it the Magitech field. The White Ranger fell. Yes, exactly. The way to the Praetorium now lies open. The only problem is we can't reach it on foot. Nay, we'll need to take the Enterprise. I left her at the cerulean processing plant, so let's regroup there. This is it, Aspen. The final confrontation awaits. Yes, sir. All right, let's go. Exit. Exit. Yes. Algan tombstones are relics of long-lost civilization, which perished several ages past. It is said that they contain the knowledge of the Algan Empire, and such are highly sought out by collectors around Erzea. Rowena and her associates are representatives of one such collector that have been sent to Revenant's Toll in the heart of Mordona by her employer to seek out adventurers willing to exchange the tombstones they come across on their journeys for weapons and armor. I will not remember any of that. There is an ad starting soon. I do need to report to Raban. I knew you wouldn't let us down, soldier. With the Praetorium stripped of its defenses, the way to the Ultima weapon lies open. The time has come for the final phase of Operation Archon. Do I want the greeny ones? The purpley ones? Or, you know what? I want the green ones. I like green. Okay. Raban, what else do you have to tell me? Parting words. For the final phase of this operation, my flames will storm Castrum Meridianum and suppress what is left of the Imperial garrison. If all goes well, this will allow you to reach the Praetorium unopposed, fit and ready for your encounter with the Ultima weapon. Yours is the most dangerous mission of all, but the best must bear the heaviest burden, and you're the best we have. I don't think I'm the best they have, honestly. There's not another soul in this realm that could see this deed done, and Merlwyb and Khan-E are of the same mind as me. Though all hangs on your success, you must not let our plight make you desperate. Victory belongs to the bold, not the reckless. Bards are wont to sing of heroes who valued their life at naught next to honor, love, and liberty, but I tell you now, that which men value at naught, they sell cheap. Risk no more than you must, you hear me? Now, best you were off. We have work to do, the both of us. See that your preparations are in order, then report to Sid. He awaits you with the Enterprise at the cerulean processing plant. May Ralger grant you strength. The processing plant! The processing plant! Okay. So it's back that way. Past all these weird dudes. Whee! Oh, it's really not that far. I might not need to Alright, and we are on the ad break right now. So I figure it's a good time for travel. Oh man, so I watched a bunch of movies today. 2 of which made me cry. But, you know, I can deal with movies that make me cry. Sometimes it's good to just have a cry. And sometimes movies make it easy to just, like, expel all that emotional bleh. So that you can just move on and... Oh, I need to go the other way. Come on, little axolotl. It's the axolotl of doom. There we go. There's Sid. Hey, Sid. The Enterprise is at your disposal. When you're ready to head for the Praetorium, you need only say the word. If we succeed in destroying the Ultima weapon, it will deal a crippling blow to the Empire's hopes of conquest. After that, the 14th Legion would not dare to move against us, barring the discovery of further elegant doomsday devices, that is. Let us be on our way, Aspen. Gaius and his plaything awaits. Okay. While I am waiting for the ad break to end, yes, again, if you want to make a donation to the Trevor Project, please do. The link is in the pinned section. And that is from Panda's birthday stream yesterday. So he still hasn't completed entirely his goal. So if you want to help, please go ahead and make a donation. I'm not keeping track of donations right now, so I don't know if anybody's donating or not. But I'm just doing this because I thought, you know, we might as well see if somebody wants to donate, they can. And just add a little more to the pot. But yeah, the Trevor Project is like, I have never heard anything bad about it, which is amazing because, you know, sometimes with, you know, organizations like that, you know, sometimes there's some things where, you know, there's maybe a little something or other that's not quite okay. You know, people profiting off of them, their non-profits, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I've always heard good things from the Trevor Project. Okay, and yeah, so Panda just said if we hit 250, I'll play the games on those tiers. What's in the $200 tier? Pain. Pain. All right, let's go. The Praetorium now accessible. All right, enter the Praetorium. Oh boy. More dungeons. The Praetorium. Join. And we shall wander in circles while we're waiting. Yes, absolute pain. What, you know, I'm trying to think of games that I've played that are painful in my lifetime of gaming. Echo the Dolphin was definitely painful to play. I might have had a few games I rage quit when I was much younger. Can't quite remember what games those were. I was never really good at the, like, Street Fighter type games. Or Mortal Kombat, you know, those type of games. One-on-one fighting games like that. What other games have I not been so good at? I'm not sure. But yeah, anyway. I love how our little friend is like, here, let's watch him. He's like, yeah, team! Yeah, team! Go! Yay! Go! He's just waving his arm in the air. He's like, yeah, we're gonna get you. Yeah! Yeah! Let's take him down. Right? Yeah, let's get him. So cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah, yeah. Cool, cool. Go team. Yeah. Let's see. What kind of stuff do I have? I have a Yarzon. What's a Yarzon? When did I get that? I have F's tail. I have a lot of food products I can probably use to make food with. A Vesper Bay Etherite ticket. Ah, interesting. So I can use that to get straight to Vesper Bay. I have 99 of them. That is a lot. Goodness, I have a lot of food and skins. I'm gonna need to figure out what to do with them while they're rotting away in my pack. In my inventory. Let's see. Let's close my inventory. Let's see. No, that's what I'm looking at. Oh, wait. Yeah, wait, hang on. Adventure plate. Armory chest. What do I have? Long stop hoplong. Those are my earrings. Can I wear the earrings of healing? Ethereal. Maiming. There. No, I should wear those. Yeah, those earrings aren't good enough. I have a necklace. I have... okay. Weathered, copper. I have 2 copper wristlets. Okay. Ring of Fortune. Conjurer's Ring. Soul Crystal. Okay. Okay. Everything's recommended. Okay. Alright, we're good on everything here. So I guess we can just wander. Here we go, a-wandering along the fields of green. Here we go, a-wandering, blah 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 blah. You know, I'm not sure how I'd feel if I saw one of these in person, because look at it. It's not... I'd be afraid that would fall down on somebody. Don't you think that might fall down on somebody? Potentially. Especially because it's all uneven and everything. I don't know. Anyway. Ah, commence. Yes. Okay. Let's hope I don't have the difficulty I had last time with not being able to go down the chute. We are combat heavy this stream, aren't we, today? Of course, it doesn't help that I haven't played the game for like 2 months, so... Not 2 months, 2 weeks. So I'm a little tired. I'm not remembering everything. So here we are. The ultimate weapon will almost certainly be housed in the depths of the complex. Alright, friendos. Protect yourselves. This is it, my friend. I am surrounded by some of the coolest looking people ever. Okay. Kikino. It's Aikawa. Cool. Alright, can we go? Duty commenced. Nice. Okay, there we go. Whoa. Okay. Gaius. Ah, Sid, my boy, you're too late. There is something I always meant to tell you, yet the time never seemed right. It concerns your father. What of him? In the winter of his years, Midas came to abhor his part in the meteor. He told me he wanted nothing more than to wash his hands of the whole sordid business. But he did not wash his hands of it. He helmed the project until the day it killed him. Come now, Sid, you must know that he did not have the luxury of choice. By the time he realized his error, it was too late. Meteor had him completely in its thrall. Shortly before his transformation, mayhap sensing that something was amiss, your father confided to me all his regrets in life. Most of them concerned you. Early on your career, he realized that while you had taken a talent for devising armaments, it would never fulfill you. Long before you knew your own mind, he saw that it would be far happier using your knowledge for peaceful purposes, and the thought touched him. He was a changed man for it, though. He would not let it show. You ripped open walls in this place just so you could say this to me? What is it you want, Gaius? I want you at my side, Cid. Take up your father's mantle and become the Empire's lead engineer. It is your destiny. My father had a change of heart. You said so yourself. Besides, I have long known my destiny, and I assure you it lies not with the Empire. A pity. And what of you, adventurer? Will you not consider making common cause with me? With your powers joined to mine, we might do much for this realm. Together we could bring order to Erzea and usher in lasting peace. No. No? And I can expect no better answer than this, so be it. It was your strength that made me pro-offer my hand in friendship, and it is your strength that makes me pro-offer now my blade. Save as an ally, you are too dangerous to be let to remain. I'm sorry I'm reading so fast. Just can't keep up with it when it's automatic. Oh, lovely. My, this is a beast. Okay. Run, sit, or stay. It makes no matter. You cannot escape the past. Gaius, wait! Damn it. Damn it all to heck. Alright. Okay. Alright, please do. Alright, okay. Sorry for that pause. You can't see behind my head, but one of the members of the party said that they had to be away and they'd be right back. Meh. No, what is this? Okay. Why can I shake this off? No, yes, no, yes. Oh, thank you. Nice. Oh, the Magitech terminal. There we go. Okay, follow the leaders, wherever they're going. Okay, there they are. Oh my gosh. They're so far ahead of me, I can't get to anything. I feel as though I'm of no use. No. Ah, wait. Ah! Stop it. I don't want to be ground targeting mode. Ah! Ground target canceled, thank you. Oh, where are my allies? Oh, there they are. Don't mean to drag behind. I'm sorry. I feel useless. They're just too good. That bulkhead is composed of a special alloy, extremely tough. Ordinary fire won't leave a mark, I'm afraid. You'll need to divert all power to the Magitech cannon, as I did at Castrum Meridianum. The armor's core is like to aspire from the stream, but there's no help for it if we want to press on. Now listen well. Press the control, engage ancillary, then fire away. Don't mind the warning lights. I have no idea. Okay, it's doing it for me. Thank goodness. Alright. And... dead. I'm sorry, little guy. Big guy, little guy, something or other. Okay. You're a natural at this. Alright, the way's clear, but it's just you and your own 2 feet now, so be careful. Got it? Oh my gosh, just let me go. Let's go. Let's go. My team needs me. Sorry, friend. Sorry, friendo. Let's go. Let's go. Stop walking so slow. We're in the middle of a dungeon. So slow. You have been leaving a fine mess in your wake, adventurer. Sure. As one does. Is someone there? Yes. Garland, old friend. How it warms the heart to hear your voice again after all these years. Nero. Is that you? You sound well. It would seem this savage land agrees with you. The highest ranking tribunus of the 14th? It was you all this time? Tell me, Garland, how do you intend to keep all the glory for yourself? What? You've lost me. Don't play the fool with me. Ever since the Academy, I've been condemned to live in your shadow. By all objective measure, I was the more talented of the two of us, yet that fact counted for naught beside your privileged youth. You were admired as the young prodigy simply because your father was the great Midas non Garland. When you defected, I felt my star would finally rise. but by disappearing you acquired the status of a legend, your reputed genius gaining credence merely by dint of your absence. Instead of cursing you for a traitor, the people actually came to think of you more fondly. To this day, you are still the young prodigy of Magitech. I, meanwhile, have ever been made to feel second-rate, I who have continued to serve our nation faithfully. Whenever I fail to excel, why, it is only to be expected. Yet when I exceed by all reasonable expectations, people proclaim that I walk in the footsteps of the great Sidnod Bloody Garland. Nero, I don't know what to say. It matters not a whit what I achieve. Your existence has rendered mine worthless. Even Lord Van Baelsar saw fit to offer you a place at his side, and this is in spite of your betrayal. Did he extend any such offer to me, the man who has remained loyal to him after all these years? Why, no, he did not. Long have I endured this injustice, but no more. Whew. Jealousy. Lord Van Baelsar is in the midst of activating a fully powered Ultima weapon. This is my magnum opus, the creation that will win me the recognition I am due. I will not let anyone interfere. Nero, what are you? Ever since I first set foot on this benighted land, I have watched you. Every move you have made, every step you have taken. Every step you take. You have felled icons, a feat made possible by the echo, a peculiar power which shields you from your corrupting influence. It is of little wonder that my lord has taken an interest in you. As have I, if truth be told. It is my desire to harness your power for use in the Ultima weapon. Every step you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every breath you take. Should I succeed, Lord Von Baelsar will surely take notice. Besides this, Garland's achievements will be as child's play. I'll be watching you. Come, adventurer, and yield to me the secrets of your power. There, I got to finish the chorus of the song. Alright, let's fight. What was that? What was that behind me? Oh! Thank you! Oh, cheese whiz. Yes, we did it! This changes nothing. Or does it? Or does it? Ahaha, the Ultima weapon is activated and it brims with the power of icons. Nothing can withstand its might. Oh, well, that's great. Are you alright? What if Nero fled? Damn it. In the instant prior to the blackout, the instruments detected a massive power surge from the deepest chamber. Gaius is certain to be there. We have no time to waste. Word arrived from the Alliance a short while ago. It seems the Order of the Twin Adder has completed its blockade at Castrum Sentry. What hands they can spare are hastening this way even as we speak, and likewise for the Maelstrom. All that's left is to destroy the Ultima weapon. And I should warn you, the chamber which houses the target appears to be saturated with etheric energies. There's bound to be heavy interference. But even if we lose contact, you must go on. Just don't do anything I wouldn't do. Alright? Sure. Alright. What are we doing here?
Look for the lift's control panel. It'll be somewhere nearby. Take the lift down, and you should find yourself in the chamber of the Ultima weapon.
Okay.
Keep your eyes peeled. Gaius could be waiting for you down there.
Alright.
And don't even think about dying. You're too bloody useful.
I'm too bloody useful, apparently.
The interference is getting worse. I don't think the connection will last much.
I think the bunny people in this game are so awesome. Oh no, another one!
Tell me, for who do you fight? Do you believe in Eorzea?
Yes. I do believe.
Eorzea's unity is forged of falsehoods. Its city-states are built on deceit, and its faith is an instrument of deception. It is not but a cobweb of lies. To believe in Eorzea is to believe in nothing. In Eorzea, the beast tribes often summon gods to fight in their stead, though your comrades only rarely respond in kind. Which is strange, is it not? Are the 12 otherwise engaged? I was given to understand they were your protectors. If you truly believe them your guardians, why do you not repeat the trick that served you so well in Cartano and call them down? They will answer, so long as you lavish them with crystals and gorge them on ether. Your gods are no different from those of the beasts. Icons, every one. Except for this, and you will see how Eorzea's faith is bleeding the land dry.
I love how villains tell you exactly what they're
Nor
thinking
is
and
this
doing.
unknown to your masters, which prompts the question, why do they cling to these false deities? What drives even men of learning, even the great Louis Soir, to grovel at their feet?
It's the Louis socks.
That's it. Your masters lack the strength to do otherwise.
Alright, guys.
For the world of man to mean anything, man must own the world. To this end, he hath fought ever to raise himself through conflict, to grow rich through conquest.
This guy has never listened to the song Colors of the Wind.
When the battle settles, it is ever the strong who dictate the fate of the weak.
Okay.
Knowing this, but a single path is open to the infinite ruler, that of false worship, a path which leads to innovation and death.
Cool.
Only a man of power can rightly steer the course of civilization. And in this land of creeping mendacity, that one truth will prove its salvation.
Yep, sure thing, Gaius. This is what happens when you have a weird name.
Champion of the Eorzea, face me. Your defeat shall serve as proof of my readiness to rule.
Sure.
It is only right that I should take your realm, for none among you has the power to stop me.
Cool. That was quick.
Know your place.
No. Ah.
Come, we shall see and finish what you have started.
This guy's tricky. No. 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 God. Oh my goodness, that's terrifying. Okay. Oh, lovely. Do I just get out of the way as far away as possible? Ugh. Is this?
The Eorzea, mine by right.
my god. What the heck? Did we do it?
I had not thought to be so hard pressed.
Sure.
Your strength is most impressive. Yet, you lack the resolve to put it to proper use. A waste.
Sure thing, dude. Okay, yay, we did it. Oh, you people, thank you, thank you. Leave duty, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done for now. This feels very Empire Strikes Back. Holy! It's Voltron.
Allow me then, hero, to do that which you will not.
It's a big him. It's a big Gaius. The Porta Decumana? Okay. Oh dear. Great. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Is he trying to be a dragon like me? Does he think he knows? Really? You think you're a dragon? You are no dragon. You're a wannabe. You're a dragon wannabe. Just a lame dragon wannabe. How dare. How dare you even bother to try? I don't know what I had for number 3 in there before. It's missing though. Anyway. Yeah. Yep. So we had a bunch of snow today, like a ridiculous amount. I'm amazed that my Girl Scout cookies were delivered to me because I'll give Carbuncle a break. Because the snow kept falling off the roof onto the front steps, and it was something. It was something. I can't, like... I mean, sure, we have about 2 more days left of March. I would really like the snow to decide that, you know, it's not winter anymore. So it should stop snowing. Logically. It should stop snowing. There's the entrance. There's the entrance. There's the entrance. I'm entranced. Oh, my little axolotl isn't with me. Has my little axolotl disappeared? Companion, my minion. Summon. I cannot summon my minion. Oh, must I protect my minion? Must I? Okay. What flavors of Girl Scout cookies? We have s'mores, trefoils, and Thin Mints. I got the Thin Mints. You always have to get the Thin Mints. And I got Samoas. I haven't tried the s'mores ones before. At least I don't think I have. But I figured I'd go with the classics. I went with the Thin Mints and the Samoas because they're classics. But I'm starting to realize that my taste, like, some things are just too sweet for me now. And that's kind of the case for the Samoas. They taste really good, but they're also just, it's just a little too much. Yes, I heard the s'mores are being discontinued after that this year. I liked the raspberry ones they used to have. The raspberry ones were really good. I miss those. I think they had, like, powdered sugar on them or something. I don't know, but I really liked them. But I mean, you know, you can always get the classics. So the classics are like your Thin Mints, your Samoas, the trefoils, the tagalongs. Those are the peanut butter ones, right? And what are the other ones that they usually have? I'm not sure, but yeah. Okay. Oh, we should be getting into a group soon. But yeah, I you know, it's funny because one of the things I was worried about moving to the East Coast, I know this is a stupid worry, but when I was thinking about Girl Scouts, I was like, oh, do they use there's the 2 bakeries that make Girl Scout cookies. There's the, like, Little Brownie Bakery, and then there's like the ABC one. And they make different Thin Mints. So the Thin Mints that I like are the ones that are dipped in the chocolate. And you can get those on the West Coast, and you can get those, I guess, on the East Coast. But apparently they have ones that don't have a chocolate coating on them. I guess that one's from the ABC Bakery rather than the Little Brownie one. I can't remember correctly. But, yeah. Anyway, I always like buying Girl Scout cookies. I feel like the Girl Scouts is a really good organization. I never got to be a Girl Scout. So I like at least being able to vicariously enjoy and take part in what they do. And, you know, it's good for little girls to learn that they can, you know, they can be business people. Yeah, this feels very like that scene in The Empire Strikes Back where Luke is fighting Darth Vader. Very much so. I wonder if we can climb on top of him. Can we climb on top? Can we? Can we? I want to ride on the fake dragon. You gonna let me get on your back? Nope, but I can bounce right through your tail. That is weird. I can clip through his tail. particularly at... That's probably not a good place to be jumping in. No! Okay. General battle event. Allow me then, hero, to do that which you will not. You're doing nothing right now. Come now, I need a party. I need a party. The Praetorium, the Porta Decumana. At first it said the average wait time was 5 minutes. Now it's saying 7 minutes. And look at all the time elapsed. How dare they? I am tempted to run downstairs and actually get some cookies. But I will not. I don't want to risk anything. Try to remember, what did I have on number 3? What did I have on number 3? Can I summon a chocobo? No. I am unable. I am unable to do much here. Summon a titan. Precious brilliance. Summon emerald. Wind damage. Swift cast. Resurrection. I'll have to go back to one of my past streams and maybe find out what I had on number 3. And then I can add something in. Okay, it is almost 10 minutes. Come on, somebody else has to be playing. It's a Saturday night. Or at least it's Saturday night here. Yeah. I'm just simply amazed that, like, all the snow was clearing up, and then right when it was really starting to feel like the beginning of spring here, the weather was like, nope. Supposedly it's going to be, let's see, here, let me see what it's supposed to be today. Let's see, winter storm warning. The warning says, no, I don't care about that. The warning says, heavy mixed precipitation, additional snow accumulations up to 1 inch. I think we had like 5 inches of snow today. I don't know. 5 inches? Approximately. I think it was about that. I would say that sounds about right. And then I guess we're gonna get some ice. Okay, now the average wait time is 10 minutes. Time elapsed, 11. Well, that's delightful. There's 83 parties currently recruiting. Alright, let me see. Enter the... do you guys think I should do NPCs? I should be waiting 10 minutes. I think it gets a little boring for you guys. So if you want me to try NPCs this time, I will. I do like it a little bit more working with actual players, but I can do NPCs if I have to. So let me know. NPCs yes, NPCs no. doop 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 doo. Doop 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 doo. Uh-oh. What is going on here? There we go. There we go. Alright, I am going to... Alright, NPCs it is. Oh, come on. I have to cancel. Duty status. Oh! Oh! Oh, yes, here we go. Of course, right when the ads are gonna start. Finally. Wannabe dragon guy.
Bear witness to the true power of the Ultima weapon.
Sure thing, guys. Man, this idiot, seriously. No! No! Oh my god, what the heck? Okay. No, I don't need my carbuncle. The entombed in earth. They'll think. What? You matter for the light? No. Okay. Oh boy, there is no escaping that. The light to vanquish this darkness. Got it. All right, let's see. Sure, dude. So it looks like what he's doing is he's using all of the monsters that we battled. Or, like, I guess all the main, like, Ifrits. Survive that. Okay, to the crystal with all your being. Okay. Okay.
But the Ultima weapon is all-powerful. Why does my enemy still stand? Can her strength truly be so great?
Yes.
It is the blessing of light that confounds you.
He was on our side all along. Maybe?
Your foe acts under the protection of the crystal she bears.
So, this is what empowers her.
Beyond mortal limits. If you are to prevail, the hammer of darkness must needs be brought to bear upon the shield of light. And so it shall, for the Ultima weapon is host to a power of which you are as yet ignorant.
Okay.
Speak plainly, Ascian.
The heart of Sabik. It is the weapon's core, an enigma whose surface even the vaunted scholars of ancient Alec failed to scratch.
Okay.
The magic within has lain dormant for eons.
Of what magic do you speak?
A spell without parallel. Ultima. I sought the life force of the primals for no other reason but to quicken the core. For the true power of the Ultima weapon lies within its now beating heart.
Lahabrea, what have you done?
No more than was necessary for my god to be reborn.
Damn you, Aspen.
Okay.
The hour is at hand. Behold but a sliver of my god's power.
Alright.
From the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, the world shall tremble. Unleash Baltimore!
Okay, then. Making things explode.
Such devastation! This was not my intention!
Oh, Heidelin. It seems the task of keeping your champion alive has exhausted what strength you had left. Van Belsar, your enemy's shield is broken.
Okay.
The rest I leave to you.
Cool, cool.
We will speak later, Aspen.
Ask him.
But first, I must deal with you. The question of who is mightier remains.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Come, adventurer. Let us find the answer together.
Sure. As you wish. Certified yapper. That's for sure. Okay. Yep. Definitely a lovely. No running away from that. How you doing, Peanut Butter Steve? Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Okay. Just gonna keep hitting him in the butt. No. No. Thanks a lot. Oh, wait. 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 What? Oh, I was supposed to accept it. Shoot. I hit the wrong button. Crap. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Narc Salad. Oh, you're wonderful. Okay. This is intense. Okay. I'm gonna back off a little bit. Ah! Oh, great. Lovely. So lovely. I'm just gonna have to spam the magic best I can. My magic points are so low. I'm gonna have to just keep holding on and spamming because well, that's the thing.
No.
Well, that's good because I was just not doing well in the magic points category. Okay, dude.
Heed me. The subjects of a weak ruler must needs look to a higher power for providence, and their dependence comes at a cost to the realm. The misguided elevate the frail, and the frail lead the people astray.
Good lord.
Unless a man of power wrests control, the cycle will never be broken.
Yep.
You of all people must see the truth in this. You who have the strength to rule.
Why don't you just go take a nap, darling? Floaty. Alrighty, let's see how he looks here. Dude, you done messed up. Dude, you done messed up. Yes. Okay. Oh boy. No, another cutscene, great.
Pathetic.
Sure thing, La Habrea.
You boasted of unrivaled power. You were entrusted with the ultimate weapon. The ultimate magic. And still, you failed. So much for the glory of man.
Cool.
The growing imbalance afflicting the planet must be redressed. If it...
oh, sorry.
Know you the root of this corruption? Hydaelyn. Like a parasite, she must be burned out if the planet is to recover.
I just realized my character has awfully large hands.
And not but the return of the one true god will ensure her complete excision. Yet, to pave the way for the Master's return, a chaotic confluence of untold proportions must needs be brought about. And that will necessitate the presence of the primals. Needless to say, both you and your scion accomplices cannot be suffered to interfere in this endeavor. You will not leave this place alive.
Are you so sure? Are you sure, sir? Oh, great. Okay. I am going to take a very quick moment. I need to run to the bathroom. I will be right back. I apologize. Alright, I guess it's time to fight La Habrea. Lovely. Level sync. This is just gonna be a brutal night of brutality, isn't it? Watch me fight him and then have to redo it because it's too hard. I guess. I don't know. Maybe it won't be too hard.
It is past time your flame was extinguished.
Bringer of light. Alright. Duty commenced. Back up a little bit. I don't know what those purple things are, but oh dear. Crud. I only just found the spot. Okay. I'm gonna have to do it very easy because I'm not gonna... This is gonna be a struggle for me. I will try one more time, but I might have to call it a night soon because I am getting a little tired. As I said earlier in the stream, it's been a long week and I haven't been feeling well, so...
It is past time, your friend.
Yeah. Maybe I should summon my carbuncle. Yeah, you would like me to be gone, wouldn't you? Ah! Okay. Oh, I hate this. Okay. Ugh. I'm still nowhere near done at this guy. Sure. What is going on? Oh, why can't I? Oh, I need to attack these, I guess? Okay, what is he doing? that's lovely. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call it a night because I'm actually like still very tired, even though I let myself take it easy. Okay, something's happening. Well, we'll see what happens. Pulsing. Okay, she's bringing me back. Cool. Okay. Alright, maybe I won't go to bed yet. Maybe the battle's not over. Cool. I guess.
Be gone!
Be gone? No, you be gone. Yeah, you should concede. Concede so I could go to bed. Concede to this tired, sick girl can go to bed. No. Okay. Just die already. There we go. I think. Okay. Alright, dude. Whatever. This dude needs some help.
If thou wouldst pierce the shadows, make thee a blade of light.
Blade of light? Cool, cool. Ouch.
What?
Okay. Did he just split in two? There's... yeah. Looks like he just split in two. Like there's two different... The friends! The super friends!
The light, it binds them. They are too many!
Okay. Interesting. So what's up with him? Was he merely possessed, or is this something else going on? So, La Habrea and, what's his name? Are they maybe not the same person? Yeah, it seems like he was possessed. Maybe? It's the machine! It's the friendly machine! It's like, let's go, friend! Robodog, right, right! Or Robo Chocobo or something. Well, he's still alive.
And so my conquest ends.
Chocorobo, right. So my conquest ends, Sid.
In smoke and ashes.
Hear, feel, think.
Interesting.
Warrior of light, beloved daughter. The darkness hath fled before the unclosed brilliance of thy spirit.
Mommy. Right, right.
Yet it lingereth still beyond the sight of men, in forgotten corners of the world. In the depths of the abyss yet resideth the Dark One, watchful ever, till this evil be cast out. Never shall the world know aught but a passing peace. Yet for the present, a gentle light shineth o'er the realm of Eorzea. With thee at its heart. From sparkling moat shall it swell to glorious sun, and all the world shall bask in its warmth.
Look at us floating out there in the
Blessings
middle of
and
nothing.
joy be upon thee. Go forth, my child, and be as a beacon of hope for Eorzea and the lands beyond through all the days of thy life.
My lady, all Twin Adder units have fallen back to the outer perimeter.
Okay.
The Flames have completed their withdrawal, General.
Admiral, all hands accounted for.
She's still in there.
I am still
Sid,
in there.
has there been no word?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
His hair is so Final Fantasy.
Damnation!
Papa Limo.
She's going to make it. I know she is.
Totally. Oh my
Ida is
goodness.
right. We must have faith.
Sid, can they not be evacuated aboard the Enterprise? That adventurer and the Scions are as the Warriors of Light reborn. We cannot abandon them to their fate. Not again.
I wholeheartedly agree, but flying into the midst of that would only add to the fireworks.
There must be something we can do.
Please, Mother Hydaelyn. Please light her way through the darkness.
No, I'm here.
Look into the light, my child.
I know, the Enterprise,
If thou
right?
would see thy companions return safe to thee, reach out to them now.
There!
There! Here I come. Here I come! I'm gonna make it! I'm gonna jump and it's gonna be all explosions behind me like some kind of crazy 80s action flick. Yep, exactly like an 80s action flick.
Yay! Our Warrior of Light.
Yay!
The hero returns!
We did it!
Look! Thancred is with her!
They're both pointing. A classic. Absolute classic.
12!
Thank Hydaelyn.
Welcome home.
Why is my hair pink? Okay. Well, everyone looks happy, I guess.
You almost got us killed that one time, remember?
Now, we both know that was your fault.
Thank the 12 we're safe.
Mind your horns there, man-bull.
Mayhap when you mind your manners.
Wait, is this the end of, like, the story?
Though
The
the
main
crystal
story?
that bound Thancred is no more, I doubt we can say the same of La Habrea.
I did it?
And even if we could, we know that he is not alone. Confounded Ascians.
What the heck?
Their god may be unknown to us, but their zeal is unquestionable. Suffice it to say, it would be folly to assume that they no longer pose a threat.
What happened to his sister?
Nevertheless,
Like, she's just kind of gone. I can't believe I did it, though. So is he normal now? Like, he was clearly possessed, I guess? Because everybody's like, okay, chill, cool.
for now we must savor what peace we have won, however ephemeral. Do you see, Grandfather? Our first step towards realizing the dream for which you gave your life.
Cool. Alright, so we got to the credits. This is kind of crazy. Okay, so I'm guessing these are voice actors for different languages.
Friends, the dread night of Imperial tyranny and Ascian machination is ended. A new day now begins in Eorzea.
True to their name, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, along with our champion, have delivered us from darkness.
I feel like we need the it's
Let
a trap
their
meme
shared
from Star
victories
Wars.
serve to remind us of our shared history. And let their bravery in the face of adversity inspire future generations.
Doubt not, the realm will need bravery in the days to come. Old rifts threaten to divide us within our walls, while hordes of beastmen claw at our gates. And though the Black Wolf be slain, the rest of the pack remains. Yet no foe need we fear, so long as we stand as one.
So long as the Scions stand for peace.
So long as our champion stands fast. For there exists no adversity over which we may not jointly prevail.
Nice.
No longer can we turn a blind eye to the suffering of our allies.
No nation stands alone. If one should fall, so shall we all.
Merlewood is
Eorzea
amazing.
is our shared home. For any one of us to know peace, so too must our neighbor.
Just as we join in solidarity before you this day,
So Alice
so
is
too shall our
Alphinaud's
grand
sister, I
companies be
believe.
joined henceforth, to strive not only for the good of mere nations, but for the good of all the realm.
Change will not come overnight. Yet I foresee a day, not so very far from now, when the lines that divide our lands fade, and all of Eorzea is one.
Yay!
It has been but 5 short years since the Battle of Cartano. 5 years since the advent of the 7th Umbral Era. No victory, however sweet, can wash away our bitter sorrows. No triumph can reclaim those we lost. Yet do not presume you honor them by dwelling on the past. It was not the past they fought for. You would repay their sacrifice by looking to the future.
A future united, as the warriors of light united in the champion.
Now is the time for us to rise as one, bearing all of Eorzea on our shoulders.
5 years ago, Eorzea bore witness to the end of the 6th Astral Era. Now, the 7th Umbral Era draws to a close, yet we come together not to glory in its end, but to mark a new beginning.
That is a huge sword.
Let it be writ that on this day, by the light of the crystal, Eorzea ushered in a new era.
The 7th Astral Era is come! And thus is ours a realm reborn!
Yay, they said the title! Woohoo! Nice. So I hope I can like wander around and do some fun side quests. And I know there's Dawn Trail and oh, what's the other one? Dawn Trail, there's yeah, blah, blah, blah. You know, I respect I respect this. Like, as much as I've been joking about this, I've also really enjoyed it quite a lot. And I think as the story came together, it was pretty solid. I think they did a good job on story for this. Like, it was, you know, it had some kind of stereotypical, like, fantasy story beats to it. But they weren't so stereotypical that they were, you know, terrible or anything. I actually timed the Empire Strikes Back ending theme perfectly in my head. Yeah, Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers. So there's Shadowbringers, there's Dawn Trail. I'll have to look and see what I'll do next. I kind of just want to watch the ending credits a little bit. So this is a habit of mine. When I go see a movie, I will sit through the credits because here's the reason. I sit through the credits because a lot of times the people who do a lot of the most thankless work on a set are the people whose names you only see in the credits. You won't see them in the movie. You won't hear the behind the scenes people you don't hear about are usually, you'll hear about the director, you'll hear about the producers, but you won't hear about everybody else. So I feel like at the very least, at the end of a movie, especially a good movie, I'm going to sit down and at least honor those people who do the background work by, witnessing their names. I won't do that every time I watch, like, if I watch a movie over and over again, like me watching Lord of the Rings for, multiple times. That's a little different because I've watched it so many times. I don't feel like I need to sit through the credits. But I don't know. I guess it's just kind of a thing for me because, yeah, exactly. It's a way of showing respect to their efforts, even if they're not there to see it. Because, like a game like this, like, look, the credits are still going. These people all worked pretty hard. So, you gotta respect. You gotta have a little respect at least. But yeah, I think part of it too is I took a cinema class. I mentioned this before. I took a cinema class, and we had our own film that we made, and we did it on 16mm film, and I did editing, I did script writing, I did storyboards, did like scouting locations. Like, there's a lot that really goes into making stuff like this, and it's all important. Every little, when you don't have people to do all this extra stuff, it shows. So I'm wondering who's singing this song. I hope they'll have music credits. I'm probably going to continue doing Final Fantasy. I'll see what to do. If I can still do side quests, or if I need to do Dawn Trail or Shadowbringers. We'll see. You have to do the expansions in order. Okay, next is Heaven's Word, and all of them are much better than ARR. Okay, perfect. That makes sense. I really do appreciate that that it was voiced at the end. I think this game takes the most out of me when it comes to voice acting, even though I don't do very dramatic voice acting. It's just there's so much to read, so many lines to read. But I've heard that as the other, I guess, expansions go, more parts are voiced, which will be nice. That'll save my throat a little bit. This character feels very Galadriel. I always forget her name. Oh, that's a little, like a ladybug on her finger, I think. Aww. She's so cute. It's interesting to think too about, you know, this is a big studio game as compared to some of the indie games that I really like to play too. You know, you think about all the people involved in something like this, and then you think about these little indie game companies, and maybe you have 1 or 2 or 3, or maybe like anywhere between 1 and 10 people making a single game. And like with a game like this, I can understand why you need a bigger team. Yeah, Papalemu. The dynamic duo of Biggs and, oh, what's his name? Ugh, yes. Yeah, and she is always going to be, yes, Wedge. Biggs and Wedge. Right. And she is just the coolest. I mean, Merlib is just, yeah, just cool. Absolutely cool. I like that there's so much variation in the designs of the characters that, you know, you'll have like all these characters of different sizes and backgrounds and stories, and it's like, I don't know, it just feels like it feels a little more realistic to me. Like if there's going to be so much variation in different cultures these characters can come from, like just embrace it fully and have these collections of people and villages and towns, and just in you know, it makes sense that you'd have so much variety of people. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, Merlib is just... I love her design so much. It's that musical motif right there. The there we go. It really is. Like, it really embraces some of the things that are kind of awesome about RPGs. Right, right. Yeah, it's really pretty. It's so simple, but it's so, yeah, it's a simple arpeggio, but it's so pretty. It's like, I'm not sure, it's not like wind chimes, but it kind of comes close. The legal and intellectual property division. Those people are very important. Vice President, Sales and Marketing. I think the credits are almost over when you get to, like, the marketing people. Good job, Andrew Froylan. You go, Poya Mirzadeh. You too, Daniel Gaida. You guys are awesome. The narcs. Public relations. Yeah. And I can't tell you how many times especially when I started playing this game, how much I was looking around and being like, oh my god, this is gorgeous. This is just so pretty. The landscapes are just so well designed. Like, I don't know, yeah. I'm very impressed. Bilingual game master. Huh. But yeah, as an author myself, like, I will always have respect for people who can do such fantastic world building and create so many likable characters that you know, every character has some kind of way in which they're interesting. So yeah, but yeah, so I'll just say one more time, if you are interested in donating to Panda's Trevor Project fundraiser, the website is pinned in the pinned post. I'm just trying to see if we can get a few more donations. Maybe we can get it a little bit closer to the $250 goal. I think that would be really cool. Like, look at this. This is beautiful. Like, oh my... I mean, it makes me sick how beautiful it is, you know? And it's crazy to think, like, so this is the only Final Fantasy game I have played to this amount of completion. The only other one I've ever played is the first one. And I never really, I started it, but kind of moved on. I never really finished it. Here, I'm going to dismiss the ad break. You go away, ad break. Oh, I can change the scrolling speed. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, oh. Montreal, Shanghai. Oh, now we're getting to the music. It's almost, the credits are almost over. Main theme is answers. Interesting. Huh. Smile, please. And the voice recording. Like, the amount of world building is so interesting because you walk around this world and you know the story, but there's still stuff that's there that makes you kind of have questions about what happened there in different spots. Or at least that's what I felt, is, you know, as I walked through the game, different spots, I'm like, so I know this is part of the story. Like, they established a background for the story. And I realized, I know the story originally, or the game originally flopped, and they had to kind of redo it. Talk about taking lemons and making lemonade. I think they went further past that. They didn't just take their lemons and make a lemonade. They made like some kind of like extra fancy like mocktail, like lemon-based mocktail or something. Wine, yeah. They made lemon wine. Yeah. Oh, I had no idea I would get to the end of this. I thought I would have to get up to like level 70, and I'm not at level 70 yet. So, yeah. Virtuous. I love the Gobus. Like, they just look so... And I know I've said it before a few times, but they look so Studio Ghibli to me. I don't know, Ghibli, either one. I think it's supposed to be Ghibli. I know it's an Italian word, but I don't know. Actually, it's probably Ghibli because, you know, the amount of time I lived in the San Francisco area, there's Ghirardelli Square, and that's a G, not a J. So it's probably Ghibli. So yeah, I will be streaming tomorrow. I will be very goofy tomorrow with the JoJo Siwa game. I fully intend to be a complete goofball. I think I need some goofball time, frankly. And then I will have to figure out what I'm going to be doing next week, what I'll be streaming next week. So, there's definitely some stuff on my plate. Yeah, have a good night, Peanut Butter Steve. Take care. It's nice to see you here. Cheer DigiArt. I wish I knew how much longer the credits went on for. Maybe I'll increase the... Yeah, I'll increase the scrolling speed. Uh-oh. Wait, there we go. I'll speed up the scrolling. Yeah, I'm glad I did this game. I'm glad I took the time to play it. I was a little reluctant. I think it's very intensive, but you know, after watching the TV series, Meteor Survivors. What? Oh, I think these are probably all people who... Interesting. Okay. Maybe people who gave feedback? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna escape out of this. Yes, let's skip this. I'm guessing that's all players. Oh my god. Really? This is a lot. I was really debating this game, but after watching Final Fantasy Dead of Light, it kind of made me want to play the game. So, and I highly recommend it. If you ever have a chance to watch Final Fantasy XIV Dead of Light, you should. It's a cute... well, I don't know. Cute series. It's a very sweet series. It's a like, I think it's 12 episode series. Oh, it's a good thing I waited, isn't it? They're still having their party. But it's about a dad and his son connecting through Final Fantasy. It was really good. And I know it was probably done as marketing for the game, but it was very good marketing for the game. I did it! God, that is so like me in a party. I'm like, I can't talk to people. I'm just gonna stand here and have a headache. More to come. It's the anti-light. It's the darkness. Interesting.
What is it?
Badness. It's horrible, horrible badness.
It can't be. Did you hear that?
There's no time to spare.
Where is it coming from?
We're not safe yet.
Dread tidings, chaos and carnage! It is an abomination! A primal has awakened!
Oh no. Oh no. Oh my. Okay. It's La Habrea again. Possessing somebody else. Perhaps? Hashtarot. Bahamut stirs.
One Azaz moves.
As will the others ere long. It's not a question of whether Erze's champion shall yield, but of when. Well, they have such Final Fantasy hair. And with each passing moment we draw closer to the reckoning. The villains always come back. That's just how it works. And they're always generically similar to the one true God. The Asians. Zodiac. Alright. So when can I get back to the, And thus did dawn break on a realm reborn. Okay. But where there is light, there is always shadow. Alright, okay. We can stop here. Alright, I am going to log off. Log out. Exit game. Alright. So, we are going to find somebody to raid. If I can. Somewhere. Okay. Who shall I raid? Where's my stream manager? Who is watching? Okay. Let's see. We have Royal Renee playing Bloodborne. Kuru Tomoro doing co-working. Akari Maidesho doing Ultimate Chicken Horse. Raft. Marvel Rivals. Minecraft. Basically, they're a cult, yeah. You know, I know a lot of people like Ionics. Maybe I will go raid Ionics. I don't think I've ever done a raid for Ionics before. Although, Roy Chiato's doing Final Fantasy. Why don't we go raid Roy? I've never raided Roy before. If Roy will let me raid, I will raid. Here we go. There we go. All right. So, have a good night, everybody. Sleep well. Or if it's daytime for you, have a good day. And I'm going to take off. Bye.